parattai on and get that going. This time you're going to drain as much of the water from the rice as you can without spilling a grain of rice. That's the trick here. And incorporate in a little game here, 2 seconds. Whoa, on the edge, living on the edge. So there you go, you got that done. You're going to grab 2 cups of cold water. The same cup that you used to measure the rice. You're going to add that much to the pot. So 2 cups. I like to add just a drop of oil to the rice. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm going to add just a drop, like a thimbleful, if that. Half a thimbleful, we'll say. And that's done. You're going to open your can of organic black beans. These are from Costco. They're my favorite beans of all time. We'll be picking up another case of these beans. I think there's 8 or 10 in a case. I'm not sure. Maybe a dozen. There's under a dozen, or a dozen even. And you're going to add a drop of oil to your pot, your saucepan, or your frying pan, whatever you're using. You can use anything, really. If you've watched the show, you've seen how we improvise with what we have on hand. And that's one of the things that I'm probably the most proud about, is that I have, I'm like a MacGyver in the kitchen. I grew up quite poor, and I grew up watching my family members make do with what we have on hand, which is a very serious and very important tip, a tech tip. It's a trait. It's one you should all have. Improvisation is the key to life, you know. One day you may not have rain, but there are cactuses around you with water inside of them you can use to boil your rice, right? Once you get your stuff on the stove, I can take a second here, and again, just a special shout out to Mike and Google for, you know, being there for all of you. You know, Google is there for all of you. I have been a Googler for 20 years. I started Googling when I got my first PC in 1999. I don't think Google was around yet. I think they came around in 2000. And then I was a Googler from almost straight out of the gate. Once I knew, somebody showed me, you know, it was a very wise lady, a beautiful woman. She showed me the power of Google. And I owe a lot of my intelligence to Google and to myself. I was the one Googling these terms and looking up these definitions and researching brilliant minds that exist or have existed, and Google was a wealth of information, and I can't thank them enough for guiding me on this journey. I am very proud of my life and the wisdom I've accrued in the 20 years. I'm very proud. So, Rashad Lewis in the house, the first one in the chat. How you doing, buddy? Smash that like, Rashad. Share the video with your friends, family, on social media. Just sending out a share right now. Share the video with